You're watching Beef TV. It was branded Barnaby's Bank, the brainchild of then Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce. The Regional Investment Corporation offers concessional loans for struggling farm businesses. 6 years on, it's back in the spotlight under review, which was legislated. The CEO, John Howard, joins us live. John, thank you so much for your time. The review is due back soon. What are we expecting to come out of it?
So current funding, Andrea, thanks very much for having us. Current legislation allows funding out till the end of June 2026. So the review is all about what is the future post that. So what's the role of concessional lending into the ag space, the role of RIC as a part of that. So looking forward to the opportunity because what it's contributed in its very short lifetime has been significant. So looking forward to the opportunity that this review will bring about.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get to the broader impact in just a moment. In terms of, though, the review itself, obviously you guys made your own submission as well. What did that one contain?
It was a re-emphasis of what's actually been achieved to date. So benefit into not just the primary producers that we're looking after with our loans, but the impact into regional communities as well. You know, everyone feels an impact in drought. So the flow-on effect into communities, the broader benefit that comes from the loans, how a model could look like going forward as far as what we can do, because we've got significantly more capability now and therefore the opportunity to do more is significant.
We know that in the past, David Littleproud has raised concerns that the review, Labor might try to cut this program as under cost-cutting measures. Obviously, that's political chit-chat, but is there anything from your perspective to be worried about?
I don't think so. You know, it's always up to the government of the day to make a call, but it's also, as an organisation, it's up to us to deliver and do a product and do it in a manner that supports government policy, and we think we've been able to demonstrate that. So we've put that forward, and I'm sure the government will see what that opportunity is, but ultimately it's up to them.
So hit me with the big figures. How much money has gone out the door?
Yeah, we've settled over $3.3 billion in our 6 years. You know, over 3,000 customers all the way across Australia, significantly along the East Coast. So the East Coast drought that we saw 3 or 4 years ago, thankfully now, was the major portion of it. But no, we've got impact everywhere across the country.
What are you hearing from farmers walking around the grounds today?
Look, it's a really optimistic segment. It doesn't matter how tough people are actually doing it, there's a degree of optimism that's around the place, and how to navigate that opportunity going forward. You know, the really interesting speakers, both from internationally and regionally here in Queensland, but what they're recognising is the role that Australia's got to feed the world, and as that becomes increasingly aware to people, the opportunity that Australian agriculture has got, not just here in Australia but internationally, is really encouraging.
And in terms of, I guess, the role that this scheme plays and things like that and our country's prosperity, what are you hearing from the impact from those that do access the scheme?
To our loan products, that one of the big stats that we've got is 55% of people that have accessed our drought loans say they wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for our loan. So the impact is, it's enormous. And what it just shows, though, it's a reflection of the volatility in climate conditions we see, but also commodity markets that we participate in. And so if we can play a role in helping people get through the tough times to make the most of the opportunity in the good times, then that's a great role that we've been able to play.
John, thank you so much for your time today on Beef TV.
Andrea, thanks for having me.